Does it feel like your hair is stuck at one length? Does it feel like your hair isn't growing as fast as it should? Or does it feel like your hair isn't growing at all? Does it feel like genetics has told your hair to stop growing? Your hair is growing as long as you're alive, you're well, you're eating, you're breathing, you're not terminally ill, you're clipping your nails. Your hair is growing perfectly fine. Your hair isn't the problem. Your hair is growing. The problem is your hair is breaking faster than it's growing. Let me just put this point blank to you. Your hair is growing, but your hair is breaking because of what you're doing and what you're supposed to do that you are not doing. That's why your hair is breaking and it seems like you're stuck at one length. Hey, I'm going to show you what to do and how to do to avoid breakage. Before we get into this good stuff, remember to like, comment, share this video to your family, your friends, your sisters, your cousins, your girlfriends, your fiancé, your wives, and not forgetting to like this content, guys. Like this content so that YouTube can recommend this video to others. Alright, I'm so excited to share what I have to share with you. Get right into this. Welcome back, guys. As I said, our hair is growing every day. It's growing as long as you're eating well. Our hairs are growing. Okay, the problem is we are not retaining length. We do not have length retention. That's the problem. That's what I'm here to address: how to retain length and how to maintain length. One of the causes of hair breakage is applying chemicals. Sis, those relaxers you're applying, those hair colors. Today your hair is purple, tomorrow your hair is blue, next tomorrow your hair is red. Those colors, the texturizers. Here, I want my hair to be jerry coil. Those things are breaking your hair. Best believe that. Yeah, chemicals, they are the extreme of the pH scale. They're either too acidic or too alkaline. Relaxers are too alkaline, and one of the properties of chemicals is that they are corrosive. They corrode your hair, leading to breakage. So you see yourself being stuck at one length. The second cause of hair breakage is applying excess direct heat to the hair. Today you're tonguing your hair, tomorrow you're flat tonguing, you're coiling your... Oh, the latest trend I've seen is using pressing iron on the hair. Who does that? Well, all those hot direct heat to your hair is breaking your hair. The third cause of hair breakage is tight hairstyles. Tying your hair tight is no guarantee that your hair is not going to scatter when it should scatter. It's going to flay off. So why tying it tight? The only place you need to tie tight is your stomach. That's all. So you could get that curve and stay in shape. Besides that, your hair doesn't need that tight hold. When you tie your hair tight, you know what happens? Your nerve ending is the one feeling the pain. The cells at your nerve ending is feeling the pain, not your hair. Your hair is not feeling the pain. It's your nerves, okay, that's feeling the pain. And before you know it, they'll use hot water and put inside clothes and dap your hair, dap. Do you know what happens? You don't feel the pain anymore, right? Yes, you don't feel the pain anymore. Those cells died. Definitely new cells are going to be regenerated, but best believe those cells that are being regenerated is not going to have the same properties as the ones that died. So the new ones coming on board is substandard, if that's the word to use. Okay, example, when you cut your fingers, it heals, of course, but you see the place that heal, it does not revert back to your original skin state. Most times it doesn't. So this is the same thing that happens by the time you keep damaging your nerve cells, you keep doing this over and over, says you're going to end up with alopecia, therefore baldness. Some at the top, some at the center, some at the rear. Don't do this to yourself. If you don't love yourself, I love you and God loves you. We all love your hair. Keep your hair well. And last and not the least is lack of care. We do not take care of our hair. I get complaints and comments like, "Oh, Marianne, I do not have time to take care of my hair. I do not have time to do all those things that you do." My response to you is, do you create time to eat? Yes. Do you create time to have your bath? Yes. Do you create time for your baby? Yes. Do you create time to take your car to the mechanic? Yes. If you value your hair, you're going to create time for her. Simple. There's actually no time for anything. There is no special time that you will say you're free to do something. Except you're a lazy person, there is really no time. Create time for it. You need to create time for your hair. If you value your hair, you will create time for hair. If you do not value your hair, don't blame me when it's breaking. You need to create time to take care of your hair. You eat every day, drink water every time, and you don't think your hair needs seeing. Imagine plants. For a plant to grow, you need to take care, nurture, and all that it eats. So same thing, guys. You need to take care of your hair so that it will grow and flourish. Alright, these are all the problems. I didn't come here to preach problems. I came here to give you solutions, practical solutions, okay? Now, the first one is chemical. When it comes to relaxer, I'm going to drop a relaxer regimen. I dropped a volume regimen. Check the description below. You're going to see a volume regimen. I'm going to drop a relaxed hair regimen. Check the description up. I'm going to leave a video on how to take care of your hair even while it's in its relaxed state. I'm going to give you recommended relaxers that will safely straighten your hair and not excessively, because best believe all relaxers burn your hair. They break down proteins in your hair. So I'm going to recommend some relaxers to you that's not excessively harsh. And texturizers, let me make this point blank. Someone told me that her hairstylist strongly recommended she texturize her hair. That texturizer is not relaxer. Really, texturizers are relaxers. They are as bad, if not worse. She said what happened was her hair got worse, that she wished she even relaxed her hair. She had to cut her hair off. Mama, mommy, auntie, don't allow marketing gimmicks get to you. Texturizers are relaxers. Bam, no difference. If anything, they are even worse than relaxers. And they are marketed as it's gonna make your hair coily, it's going to make your hair have jerry coil. All those jerry coils, nah, they're all chemicals and they will all do the same. So I'm going to recommend a safe means of applying, how often to apply, when to apply, if to apply, and what to do for applying the relaxer and after applying the relaxer. Then the second one is heat. I'm going to leave a regimen below on how to safely use heat to stretch your hair. For heat, I would say this: before you apply heat to your hair, make very good sure that you lock your hair. By lock, I mean LOC, liquid oil cream. Oils are heat protectant. The boiling point of oils is high. If you safely have your heat temperature below the boiling temperature of the oils will certainly protect your hair from heat damage. But that said, you still have to use a heat protectant. That does not negate the use of heat protectant. So before you embark on using heat on your hair, make sure you lock your hair. 1, 2, you use heat protectant, and 3, very important, make sure you use good straightener. There are straighteners that are just straight up metals. You do not need that in your hair. You need straighteners that are made with ceramic. That way the heat impact in your hair is not that direct and it's not that harsh, and you need to turn the heat settings not to exceed a certain temperature so that you do not have heat damage. So that way you should nicely stretch your hair and avoid heat damage. The third one, too tight hairstyles. You need to sit your stylist down and have a conversation with one. Too tight hairstyles. You need to sit with your stylist and have a conversation with him or her. Tell the person not to hold your hair tight. Really emphasize on this. Make sure you book an appointment with your stylist early and be there on time. The time your stylist gave to you. If your stylist gave you 10, be there by 9:30 so that your stylist will have time. Of course, their allotted time to you. Take his or her time and nicely manipulate your hair with care and not rush your hair, because he or she needs to attend to other customers, and not hold your hair tight. Check the description box. Those of us that like to have sleek hairlines, I left a recipe for a natural gel would do the same purpose. Check the description box below, you're going to see that. The fourth reason is lack of care, and this is the solution I pose. You need to dedicate time to take care of your hair, sis. You need to. It's very imperative you do that if you need to see length. Okay, you might be wondering or asking, okay, take care of my hair. Okay, I agree, I will take care of my hair. How do I take care of my hair? Now we are talking. Now, one of the things that makes our hair break is when we lack protein in them, and our hair breaks. There are three hair porosity. There's a low porosity, high porosity, normal porosity. I don't want to risk thinking everyone in my audience knows what porosity is, so I will do a short video, or I'll try and make it as short as possible, explaining what porosity is and how to know what porosity you have, because porosity goes a long way in determining how to take care of your hair. That being said, you can check the description box. I believe I'm going to do a video before posting this one and link it down there. If you already know, okay, we could go on, but if you do not know, pause this video and check it out. Porosity goes a long way to determining how you take care of your hair. Porosity is simply how porous your hair is to water, how much water your hair can retain. So if your hair is dry, it will break, and if there's too much moisture in your hair, it will look like sponge soaked inside water, mushy and tangle and full of that sort of thing. What makes our hair retain moisture is how coated the hair strand is. We have keratin coating the hair strand. For the low porosity, it's properly coated, but for the high porosity, it's naturally not properly coated, and the normal porosity is very nicely in between. What we can do to ensure that our hair is nicely coated so that it can retain is like when rain falls and you need to collect water, you use a bucket to collect the water. Rain is falling, water is coming, but there is no bucket to collect it. So that's what happens if the keratin on a hair strand is not nicely coated, if it is not nicely formed, it doesn't retain the water we are putting, the products, the water, it does not retain it, and when this happens, our hair breaks. The things I mentioned earlier, they are some of the things that makes the protein on our hair, the keratin in our hair, break down. I use keratin interchangeably with proteins because you can see hydrolyzed keratin and hydrolyzed proteins in products, so I use them interchangeably, but they do basically the same thing, but perform the same function. But our hair is nicely coated with protein, our hair won't break as fast as it normally would.